This is an ad by BetterHelp. What's your perfect night? Maybe you're settled at home alone or with loved ones, covered in blankets, about to watch your favorite show. It's cozy, it's calm, and you're ready for a perfect night in. Therapy can feel a bit like that. A place for comfort. A time when you replenish your energy and take care of yourself. And hey, you can even do it without leaving that same cozy couch. This season is the perfect time to give therapy a try, right from the comfort of home. With BetterHelp, get matched with a tailored therapist based on your needs and preferences, entirely online. Designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a therapist, and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Find comfort this season with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com to learn more and save 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com.
The most wonderful time of the year. Although, let's be honest, around the holidays, things really add up. But here's the good news. Only at Verizon, you can get a single line for $50 per month when you switch and bring your phone. So while ice skating for two is definitely costing more, here at Verizon, you can save. Gifts for your third cousins? Steep. A single line with Verizon? Not so steep. A real tree? Pricey. A single line with Verizon? Less pricey. Flights to see Mima and Pops? Those are up. A $50 per month single line? That's down. Even a trip to the Atlanta Holiday Market will cost you more. But with Verizon, you can switch and bring your phone for just $50 per month for a single line on unlimited welcome, with autopay plus taxes and fees. All this to say, during the holiday season, when everything is costing more, you can get more for less right now at a local Verizon store. $15 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G, 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
Let's talk about love and marriage the way that God intended. A life experience, here we share it. The No Fruit Podcast. Tune in from any platform. No Fruit Podcast. Will help your spirit transform.
Happy holidays and lollipops.
Happy holidays and snowdrops.
Happy holidays and snowdrops. Well, it did snow.
Ice drops, because that was a wintry mix.
Yeah, it was. But we thank y'all very much for tuning in. And we thank y'all for dropping in. We thank you for dropping a line. We thank you for dropping a like. We thank you for even dropping our link when you share it, with your family and friends this past holiday season. And we hope that you continue to drop in on us throughout the next season. We have a lot coming for you next year.
We're going to drop it like it's hot.
I mean, yeah, we will, because we're going to be dropping episodes like left and right. Like they're right now. I am eating a Ricola. I'm sucking on a Ricola because I have a really crazy cough. And I've been dropping these things in my throat, in my mouth, everywhere. I walk down the street, I just drop them out of my pocket because they're just coming out my pocket. So that's how the episodes are going to be coming next year. So, Kafa, why are you laughing?
No reason, no comment.
No comment?
No comment.
Okay. You sure?
So positive, yes.
So, I want y'all to understand what my wife is. You should see her facial expression. So the other night we had some on Christmas Eve. We were with our neighbors, right? And it was probably the most interesting Christmas Eve I have ever had.
Okay.
Kafa's face is just that moment made me relive what that Christmas Eve with our neighbors was like.
Okay.
So, if you could just imagine 6 adults having conversations that, out of the 6, it were 2 couples, right?
4 were married.
Who are married, right? 2 couples who are married. We're one of the 2. And then there's another set, that was kind of playing around, I guess, right? And they've been doing this for quite some time. I really want them to come on the show, to be honest. Because I think that their insight on dating, on marriage, because I even said something about, hey, we're going to have a block wedding. Didn't I?
You did?
You know, and then they turn around. What did they ask me? Maurice, you going to give us counseling?
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's after she said, this was the lady. That's after she said, I ain't trying to get married. But in those conversations, in those little innuendos and whatever else, Kafa's face relived that moment. So I could just imagine what she was thinking when I was talking about, huh?
You cannot imagine what I was thinking.
I can only imagine. I didn't say I know exactly what you were thinking, though.
It's
Nowhere near it. Huh?
Unimaginable.
Unimaginable.
The thoughts that went through my mind that day, that evening, and the thoughts that are going through my mind.
Were they relatively the same, though?
No.
No, not at all.
No.
But it was that look, though.
It was the look.
Yeah, it was the look.
Was it like a mama look? Or
It was the, what in the world?
Yes. That's part of it. What in the world? What have I gotten myself into? Yes.
I mean, well, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what you've gotten yourself into.
Yeah. We're going to, like you said, we're going to get into a whole lot of things starting January. And looking forward to that, but also looking forward to ending this year off. We're here the 26th day of December and learned a lot this past year. And excited, like I said, just overall excited about what we have been through and where we're going with this show.
The most wonderful time of the year. Although, let's be honest, around the holidays, things really add up. But here's the good news. Only at Verizon, you can get a single line for $50 per month when you switch and bring your phone. So while ice skating for two is definitely costing more, here at Verizon, you can save. Gifts for your third cousins? Steep. A single line with Verizon? Not so steep. A real tree? Pricey. A single line with Verizon? Less pricey. Flights to see Mima and Pops? Those are up. A $50 per month single line? That's down. Even a trip to the Atlanta Holiday Market will cost you more. But with Verizon, you can switch and bring your phone for just $50 per month for a single line on unlimited welcome with autopay plus taxes and fees. All this to say, during the holiday season, when everything is costing more, you can get more for less right now at a local Verizon store. $15 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G, 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
At Kroger, an annual Boost membership just got even better. Now you can choose from Disney Plus with ads, Hulu with ads, or ESPN Plus on us when you sign up. Plus, enjoy unlimited free delivery, double fuel points, exclusive offers, and free items. Sign up for a Boost membership today. It's an easier way to save, including new streaming options to relax with while we deliver your groceries. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Just in life in general. Like, a lot has happened this past year in life in general.
I mean, so when we really sit back and think about it, the opportunities that were presented were vastly different than they have been in the past. A lot of that had to deal with, I'm going to be honest with you, faith. You know, sometimes you don't believe. Sometimes, you know, you're not trying to reach your goals, your marks, or whatever else because of lack of faith, lack of belief, lack of discipline or consistency or whatever it might be. This year has truly been a different place for me, you know, to be honest. And like I just said to, you know, so for those of you who are OGs and y'all been listening to us for a while, I think I said it before where, you know, once a week, you know, we sit down with the fam and talk about some stuff or whatever else. And so the other day, you know, we sat down and we were talking with the kids or whatever, our adult children. And I was just saying to them, I don't care how much I had gotten on them over the year, how proud I am of them and how much they have achieved. Like, let's not shortchange that. The things
Right.
have been achieved. Let's not, shortchange that, even though I might have said, hey, you know what, you can work harder, you can put forth more effort, whatever it is. Yeah, I mean, it's the coach in me. Whether it's the business coach or whether it's the football coach or even the basketball coach, you're going to try to get a little bit more out of your players, right?
Right.
That doesn't diminish what they have done either.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I think, depending on your group, some people can take it, some people can't. So I just really wanted to say how much, as much as I pushed everybody else, is that much more I try to push myself, and getting outside of my comfort zone. So comfort zone, I see the representation of it, every day, at least for the last 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying that because I finally put my award up from earlier this year.
Right. Congrats.
Thank you. And so for the longest time, even though I won it, but here's the thing, I hid it underneath a bushel.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I mean? And so now I'm not trying to hide it. Like, I want to at least say, if I'm going to be in this space, let me at least put up the representation, what I have accomplished in this. Let me have my daily reminder.
Right.
It's something to have, hey, work hard, be great every day. Like,
Slogan. Mm-hmm.
Slogans up, but sometimes seeing the real
Fruits of it.
right kind of helps to keep you motivated.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's just where I am right now. I just wanted to put up that representation of, what has transpired. And with us being nominated,
Yes.
and we won't know until the end of January what's going, where we are. And if nothing else, I do want to order our nomination plaque, right? Because we're in a running.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you want to at least put up those things that say, hey, just your acknowledgement, and say how much hard work you've done. So if we can get that, where we just have the nomination, and if we win an award for it as well, like, God has really shown us where we can get to.
Right.
And who we're touching, and what impact we're having on people out here.
And just for those who are listening, because we're kind of talking in code, Maurice and I know what we're talking about, but it's the World Entertainment Awards.
Yes.
That we apply to, and as Maurice is saying, for this year, this podcast has been nominated for it. Last year, the other podcast that Maurice works on, which is That Will Never Work podcast, was nominated and actually won the award for, what was the title of the award? Podcast.
Best podcast.
Best podcast. So, again, kudos to Maurice for being best podcast for That Will Never Work podcast. You can certainly find that anywhere and everywhere that you stream podcasts.
Right.
So, again, look that up. Just put Maurice Chisholm in and you'll see all the things that he's involved in when it comes to the world of podcasting. Speaking of that, one of the projects that Maurice is also working on, that when we talk about 2025 and we have so much going on, one of the things he's working on is a podcast course. So we are in the process of editing that and making sure it's going to be a win-win for everyone.
Right.
Because he's been doing this podcast thing for 6 years.
Yes.
So, he's got some stake in the game. He kind of understands. He's got some lessons learned. And podcasting is growing. It's not a new form, but it's a rising form of media. And a lot of people have come to him over the past few years and saying, you still doing your thing, and how do you do it? And he's just putting it out there for people to know. It's a great course. It's a self-paced course that individuals can sign up and participate in. More information will be coming out about that, like I said, again, in 2025. So prepare, y'all. Get ready. So much is going to happen. We believe, we're trusting God that a lot will happen for not only us, but it's for you as well in 2025. That it's just that time. It's time for things to change and for us all to level up and move forward in this thing. So like I said, follow along, like, share, you know, because you don't want to miss it when it drops.
Right,
you know what
right.
I mean? When the information does come out, you want to make sure that you are knowledgeable. Even if you're not interested in podcasting, like it's just good to, you know what's going on with us. So maybe it's somebody that you do know.
Even with that, you know, even though Kafa is, you know, and I appreciate you bigging me up with the podcast
Why
thing.
not?
But here's the other thing as well. In addition to, not a but in addition to as well, you know, Kafa is working on her book. And we keep pushing back the date. You know, there's some challenges with the book. And I say that because the challenges kind of come from her journey in health, with health stuff. And I know that we have some other things that we feel as though it might be a little more pressing and more important. But, you know, as I've been praying on it and fasting on it or whatever, like, you know, Kafa has a couple, you know, pages, chapters, whatever, completed already. But I think this is going to be something that for those of you who are concerned about your health, that's concerned about how to get things done or whatever else, you may not have the exact, you know, things that Kafa has gone through, but it's the process. Like her book is going to talk about the process that each and every one of us has to go through. And we're talking about health, but it could be almost anything in life. The follow-up, the having to deal with the reality of some of the hang-ups and the challenges that you come through or that you face. You be like, yo, I'm going to stop right here.
Right. I mean, and it's a challenge, as Maurice is saying, it's a challenge for me. I went to school. My undergrad degree is in healthcare administration.
Right.
So I spent, 2-3 years of sitting under professors that were explaining to me how great healthcare is in the United States, how great the healthcare system is across the world. In that particular time, they were trying to do universal healthcare and provide that here in the United States. But we talked about how great it is, universal healthcare was in other areas. We talked about how great HMOs were, that everybody should do HMOs, and it's a cost-saving measure and this and that. Later on in my career, I became a health educator and talked to individuals about asking the doctors the right questions and, knowing what to do and all of these proactive things. But then through my healthcare scare, I was very reactionary. A lot of things were just going on. Doctors' bedside mannerisms, a lot of things were just, you just question the whole healthcare system. And again,
right.
I have been in this, and Maurice has been in healthcare, and we all are just kind of looking and scratching our heads like, really? This is what we're going through?
Right.
And at this time in life, why? And it's just really, really interesting, so I'm hoping that it puts a little eye-opener to individuals. It's not a how-to. It's just like a craziness of what in the world? I look back at it and kind of like, what can I have done better is what I'm, thinking of. But through my experience to kind of help somebody else along. Like Maurice is like, well, why are you writing this down? Like, why did you start, writing this out? And I think it's just because as I was going through, I'm like, I've never had a healthcare scare before. Like, even when I went in for the exam, I was like, I'm boring. I don't have nothing going on. He's like, do you drink? Do you smoke? Do you do this? Do you do that? Nope, boring. You know what I mean? And then at the end of it, he's like, well, I got to tell you, you ain't boring no more.
Right.
So my medical file that we have is now
The most wonderful time of the year. Although, let's be honest, around the holidays, things really add up. But here's the good news. Only at Verizon, you can get a single line for $50 per month when you switch and bring your phone. So while ice skating for two is definitely costing more, here at Verizon, you can save. Gifts for your third cousins? Steep. A single line with Verizon? Not so steep. A real tree? Pricey. A single line with Verizon? Less pricey. Flights to see Mima and Pops? Those are up. A $50 per month single line? That's down. Even a trip to the Atlanta Holiday Market will cost you more. But with Verizon, you can switch and bring your phone for just $50 per month for a single line on unlimited welcome with autopay plus taxes and fees. All this to say, during the holiday season, when everything is costing more, you can get more for less right now at a local Verizon store. $15 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G, 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
Kroger Delivery has one mission: to deliver the freshest food right to your door. That's why our drivers are pros. Our trucks are refrigerated. And when it comes to low prices, we always deliver. With $20 off your first order of $75 or more, there's no better time to get in on the action. Mission accomplished. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
No longer just a few pages. It's thick, so how do you deal with all of that? And how do you swallow that? And in addition to it, like, how do you handle it when the healthcare system is not being friendly?
Right. And you know what? What's interesting is that we just saw a commercial video, whatever it was on YouTube, where the guy said, hey, if we make you well, we ain't got a job.
Right.
We don't make any money. So, so it's just kind of, and I'm not saying that was the case in this situation, but it makes you wonder. It makes you think, what's really going on and where are we really? And I know that this is the holiday season, and we're talking about this, but we're also looking into the future, and in all honesty, I think one of the best gifts that I could have is my wife. And, I said that to her yesterday. Yes, there were some gifts underneath the tree, and that doesn't diminish the importance and the thought behind it. And, I'm not grateful or anything like that, because I most definitely am. But it's sometimes when you have that partner, that spouse, that team, that teammate or whatever it is, that could like, yo, let's go make this thing happen. Let's go do what we need to do. So I think those are some of the things that are most important in this journey called life.
Right. I mean, I would agree. I think, having one another is such a gift, such a blessing, is just having that teamwork. And, again, shout out, and we've said that before, shout out to all those who are single parents who are all doing this. Even if you're not a parent, if you're just doing single life on your own, like, life is hard.
Right.
I can't imagine maintaining a house or an apartment and all those things all by yourself. Like, you got to deal with all those things all alone. And some people might say, hey, that's easier. I don't have to kind of sit down and have a conversation. I make a decision and that's it. But sometimes it is better to be like, hey, can you handle this part and I'll handle that part? Or can you make the phone call and then I'll take it in? And, so a lot of things, to think about. But, I'm very, very grateful, as Maurice said, to have Maurice in my life.
Yeah, I mean, it's been...
So every day is Christmas, because I always got a gift.
Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. And so, thank you. That's funny. Make a real black man blush. Like, that's crazy. But anyway, why are you looking at me like that? But when it comes to this thing called life, ha ha he he, cha cha chi chi. Anyway, when this thing called life, and we take a look at when we look at what's going on and when we talk about our gifts, right? What the Lord has blessed us with. Sometimes we take certain little things like this for granted. As you stated, hey, we've been in healthcare, right? Hey, I've been in podcasting. You work in, at a local university. I've been helping out, people in all religious backgrounds for the last, over 12 years, and you realize like, hey, your network is vast. We know this person, that person, we can, maneuver ... And sometimes you take it for granted, and not realize like all of it is a gift and all of it is for the betterment of God's people. And so when he sent his son, it was for the betterment of, you get what I mean?
Yes.
It was for the glory of, and sometimes we forget what we're doing it for, how we're doing it, how we're getting it done. And
you
I think
better
that's
preach.
But I think that's what it's coming down to. So, what you're hearing right now is the prelude to what's going to happen for next year. You know, what's the prelude to how we want to make sure that this podcast, not just all of them, I mean, all of them that I'm doing, but, you know, the programming, the ideas, and how we want to make sure that whoever is listening to us is transforming into a better individual, and which ultimately translates into whatever your next level is. So you as an individual to now you as a partner, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's as a coworker, whether it's as a parent, right? You know, and your relationship could mean marriage, boyfriend, girlfriend, you know, whatever it might be, even brother, sister, like, you know, your child, you know, whatever it might be.
There's so many different things that you relate to and you have relationship with. So again, the No Fruit Podcast, that's what we're here. We're here to help you be fruitful, help you recognize when you're not fruitful, and then be able to make that change and make that transformation. As Maurice just said, we want to be able to transform lives, and we're here transforming as well. Maurice loves Transformers. They're robots in disguise.
I even got one for Christmas.
He did. He got one for Christmas, and he took it out and played with it, y'all. It wasn't like it's just going, no. But
I mean, even though Kafa's getting tired of them because they all over the place. But anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all should see her face. She's in distress.
Maybe he's making a museum. I don't know what it is. Every couple of years he says, "Yeah, I'm going to go through and I'm going to sell some of them," you know, because it's taking up a lot of space.
It is.
And I say, hey,
she supports it.
We need to get rid of some things, and I'll go into the garage and I will
help shred
things and get rid of things and try to make more space.
The issue is trying to find the time to literally sit down and go through every single one. So now, like for an example, right? This holiday season. So normally when it comes to this podcasting thing, whatever else, we really slow down, you know, whatever. Like the show that you listen to right now, you know, is recorded on the day that you hear it, right? You know, so it's not like, you know, we recording this because I didn't know what I was going to get for Christmas. So I didn't know, you know, we was going to have Christmas Eve with our neighbors, you know, so you're hearing the show on the day that it airs, right? I.e. why we're late. So, you know, but the reality is when it comes to some of those things, because I'm a big person big on, hey, New Year coming in, let's go in at least clean, at least straight, at least whatever. But I don't have time to sit down and go through, you know, maybe 300 Transformers that I probably need to get rid of and sell.
300 that you need to get rid of?
Yeah.
And how many you are planning to keep?
Probably another 600.
Yeah. So those who know the words of prayer, my praying folks, please.
Well, let's be honest. It may not
send a prayer for me. Send a prayer for my husband. And this.
I know what my challenge is, though. See, some people, you know, like some things that, you know, may not necessarily be healthy for the body directly, right? Some people have things that are not healthy for the body indirectly, you know. So I know one of the things I don't like, I know that I do that is not healthy for me is drinking my Pepsi, right? That's not healthy. You know, some people just eat and eat and eat, which is not healthy. Well, so I drink Pepsi and play with Transformers.
You don't just play with them. Because it would be one thing if you just play with them, but you purchase and that, you know, the number of them continue to grow. As you just said, you have, you know, about 300 that you could go through and be like, hey.
I think it's about 3.
I don't need these.
Yeah.
They can go. They're not really collectors for me.
Yeah, they could. It's about 300 that probably could.
And these are not like, oh, this arm is broken. So,
yeah, they're not broken.
Right. They're just.
Now, some of them, the ones that I do have that's taking up a lot of space, and see, this is Kafa's fault. This is Kafa's fault.
It's not my fault.
No, it is your fault.
There's no fault.
There is.
No fault.
It's your fault. It's your fault.
I take no blame at all.
Here's the reason why I'm saying that.
My husband asked for something. And
No, see,
I
it's
saw his
taking up.
puppy dog eyes and was just like, sure, love, I'll get it for you.
So,
I'm like 5 feet tall and some inches. And my husband requested a transformer that's how tall?
I mean,
Half the size of his wife.
yeah, I mean, I got a few of them that's 2 feet tall.
Yes.
I think I have 6 or 7.
See, and I wasn't aware of all of those.
Mm-hmm.
But this is life.
Mm-hmm.
And we shall keep living.
I mean,
as I say, every day is Christmas with Maurice. There's 365 days, 366 if it's a leap year. So he has transformers that he could play with morning.
I can play with one every day. A new one every day. And so here again, here's
and it's not like they come out with new characters like that.
No, it's not new characters. It's the engineering has changed. They have transformed.
I think maybe you should just do like a whole show just on.
I mean, I thought of.
Transforming, because you said that's our key buzzword.
Yes, it is.
So I think in each show
we're going to talk about one transformer.
We're going to have one transformer. So guys, maybe that's something to look forward to. We haven't. This is brand new. We have not talking.
We're talking it through right now.
We're talking it through right now. We have not spoken about this before. We have not talked about it. But it just came to me.
This is behind the scenes.
Exactly. So this would be a reason to bring out, one of the many, many boxes, bins that you have. And then you can talk about like why this particular one is.
Well, and so here and
we'll all grow from
it.
it.
It's not just me though. So my son has a few boxes back there.
But we're not talking about his
bands.
Because a lot of those are still things that you got him. So it's not like he wanted it. So
he did.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them that you purchased.
There was maybe a few
that he did not want. So
yeah, it might be a few.
Therefore, I think that might be something for you all to look forward to.
Along with
as we're transforming lives.
Janae, with her stuff, and we got Legos. We got a lot of Legos that we still got to put up. So I want y'all to. Here's what I'd like for y'all to do. Right, I want y'all to help us out. Right, because I really would like. No, help us.
It's helping Maurice.
Because we really would like to, move into a bigger home to house the Transformers. So, because I
agree. I said you need to have a museum. I just said that earlier on the show.
Well,
you need to put them all up and display them all.
Here's the difference between
me. And at one time we had several of them displayed.
We did. It was more than just several, but I because I just had, and I was running out of space, and I need to look into getting a dust-free cabinet because
nobody wants to take out Transformers and have to clean them and dust them off.
Ain't nobody trying to do all that.
Yeah,
that's too much. I want to be able to pull them out, and also want to lock them up because I don't want people touching them.
Okay, very well.
Just like my game room that I want. Lock it up.
Very well.
Okay, I mean that's extreme, but because that's not a game room, but the Transformers, well, some of them, there are some that I do just want to really, in all honesty, I do want to just lock up and just show them. But there's other ones that, people can play with all day, every day. We can, we'll have.
It'll be a Please Touch Transforms station.
Yeah, maybe.
Again, with all of this, where we're going we're helping to transform lives.
Yeah.
In this podcast.
Yeah. How many of you all out there have hobbies that's rather out of pocket, and that you can actually take the idea and transform lives with it?
Yes.
So we thank y'all for listening to us on this Christmas post-Christmas day show.
As he said, happy holidays. Today is the second day of
excuse me.
Second day of Hanukkah, the first day of Kwanzaa, and 12 days of Christmas, and
first
all
of all,
these different things.
All the holidays are like, as I said earlier to the family, it's like all the holidays are like right after Christmas. Like Christmas starts it off. I know that's not true, but that's the way it feels. The way Kafa explained it.
Okay. All right. Very, very well. We love you all. We wish you all the best, and we will
transform lives.
One listener at a time.
We talk to y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.
This week's episode has come to an end. But the fun doesn't have to stop here. If you have any questions, suggestions, or feedback, head over right now to Twitter and Facebook and like, share, and get involved. Join us next time.
The most wonderful time of the year. Although, let's be honest, around the holidays, things really add up. But here's the good news. Only at Verizon, you can get a single line for $50 per month when you switch and bring your phone. So while ice skating for two is definitely costing more, here at Verizon, you can save. Gifts for your third cousins? Steep. A single line with Verizon? Not so steep. A real tree? Pricey. A single line with Verizon? Less pricey. Flights to see Mima and Pops? Those are up. A $50 per month single line? That's down. Even a trip to the Atlanta Holiday Market will cost you more. But with Verizon, you can switch and bring your phone for just $50 per month for a single line on unlimited welcome, with autopay plus taxes and fees. All this to say, during the holiday season, when everything is costing more, you can get more for less right now at a local Verizon store. $15 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G, 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply. The most wonderful time of the year. Although, let's be honest, around the holidays, things really add up. But here's the good news. Only at Verizon, you can get a single line for $50 per month when you switch and bring your phone. So while ice skating for two is definitely costing more, here at Verizon, you can save. Gifts for your third cousins? Steep. A single line with Verizon? Not so steep. A real tree? Pricey. A single line with Verizon? Less pricey. Flights to see Mima and Pops? Those are up. A $50 per month single line? That's down. Even a trip to the Atlanta Holiday Market will cost you more. But with Verizon, you can switch and bring your phone for just $50 per month for a single line on unlimited welcome, with autopay plus taxes and fees. All this to say, during the holiday season, when everything is costing more, you can get more for less right now at a local Verizon store. $15 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G, 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.